Supercross Live on supercrossonline.com. Kevin Barnett and Jim Holley. Here we are in Seattle. The 12th man just settling down. Jim out in the parking lot. They're still going. Still excited about the racing that we had here tonight inside the Link, Century Link. And start out with the 250s, Jim. Jason Anderson comes in with an 11-point lead. Cole Seeley knows he has to make something happen, and he does.
He did. I mean, you know, he's won here before in Seattle, and, you know, he did what he had to do. He had to get by Wilson right away up front, and, you know, Wilson comes away with that whole shot, collects $1,000 from Nuclear Cowboy, but Cole Seeley just said, I got to check out, and he didn't quite check out. I mean, Anderson kept him honest, and Anderson had a battle back and forth with Hill, you know, for that second, third spot, but he loses 3 points. He's got 8. He's got 2 weeks to think about it before we head into Las Vegas, that final round, and I asked all the guys, hey, are you thinking about that East-West shootout? All of them says, no, we're still thinking about this West Coast Championship.
How about the riding of Jason Anderson? He was up and down several times off the track. He lost that spot to Hill a couple of times and came back to get it. That really sapped his chances against Seeley, but what about the nervous riding from number 21?
Well,
or 17, pardon me.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, you know, he got away with it tonight.
Yeah.
You definitely don't want to do that in Las Vegas. I mean, you can let Seeley win it, and you can lose 3 points. You got an 8-point lead. I think tonight he was just trying to make that 11 turn into 14, so he had a little bit more of a cushion. But, you know, anything can happen, and that's what Seeley's hoping. Seeley at this point can only just try to hold shot and win these things, and hopefully, I mean, if you saw in the heat races earlier tonight, I mean, both of the riders on that first lap, Seeley went down in his heat race, and Anderson didn't do the triple. He almost got landed on him. He's looking around, guys are jumping over his head. I mean, it was close there in that heat race, but, you know, they battled back, and you know, what do you say? I mean, you know, a good win for Seeley for first, second Anderson, third was Hill. You know, Justin Hill, hometown race for him, he did. And, you know, Wilson had that little tip over, got back up and finished up fourth. But how about Jesse Nelson? We've talked about it, the kind of TLD rider. And he ends up fifth, the best of his career, so a good ride for Nelson.
All right, on to the 450s. And it was Ryan Villopoto coming in with the opportunity to close it out. It didn't happen. He made it happen. But James Stewart kept him honest in that second place spot. James was pushing that entire race.
Well, and this is a track, I mean, if you guys watch that Fox Sports 1 coverage, I mean, yeah, James, I mean, more than once. I mean, probably 5 or 6 different times. But James was pushing, and this was a track where you couldn't really, you know, push it. You couldn't get aggressive like we saw in Toronto where you could do that. And here you couldn't do that. And a second for Stewart. But, you know, you mentioned Villopoto. He wins another identical carbon copy of last weekend when we were in Houston. Gets the whole shot, collects $1,500 and leads every lap, and just kind of, as you say, it was a boring race, you know, and it was. I mean, just the 3 guys, Dungey in third there, just kind of, they rode around, but the only, you know, Stewart made it exciting. I mean, he was a highlight reel tonight. I mean, for Fox Sports 1, I mean, they had to rewind, look at Stewart in this section, look at Stewart in this section, but the guy just doesn't want to give up, and you know, they're taking this championship all the way down to New York. But you mentioned Villopoto. I mean, talk about the roller coaster ride here in Seattle. He won here in his first 450 in '09. He wins again. He comes here, wins the championship, blows out his knee. So I mean, he's had an up and down ride here, but the guy should be a golfer in my opinion, because the guy can put things out of his mind. I mean, my mind would be scatterbrained after that heat race, and, you know, and semi, you know, he had to come through to win that, and I'm just, you know, but he had some settings, they made a few changes, and it seemed to work. And, you know, when that gate dropped and you saw that number 1 hole shot, you just knew that it was on. Yeah,
for all the pushing that James Stewart did throughout that main event, it was still Ryan Villopoto looking very calm, going fast, and staying up front. Certainly the track was a factor tonight. James Stewart, as you mentioned, made it exciting. Nearly endoed at one point, coming up to the finish line jump, and also hitting the quad a few times for the crowd.
Yeah, I mean, he was just trying anything. I mean, you know, that quad to me, I don't know if that was the fastest line, because it threw you up in the air a lot, and you know, but he was just trying everything and anything to try and win this one tonight and gain some more points back. He loses 3 to Villopoto. Villopoto's got a 48-point lead, and we're heading into East Rutherford, New Jersey, with a weekend off for the boys.
Yeah, Ryan Dungey comes home in third place, another podium for Dungey, and then behind him, Eli Tomac.
Yeah, you know, it was interesting. I was kind of watching Eli Tomac, and another guy I was watching that came up was Trey Kennard. Trey Kennard rode really well. You know, he was almost in dead last the first lap when I saw him, but Trey Kennard rode well. But Eli Tomac with that fourth, and, you know, I asked Dungey, you know, when I was doing the interview on the podium about, you know, he goes, yeah, just kind of, you know, Stewart was gone, Villo was gone, you know, just kind of, I go, yeah, but at one point you had to pick it back up because Tomac was coming.
Yeah, Tomac pushing a little bit, and then Justin Barcia in that 5th place spot.
Yeah, Barcia, man, he over revs that thing. You ever watch that guy ride? And I get a chance, I'm down here on the ground, and I just hear a big pantograph. I mean, that's another guy that's pushing it.
That's it from Seattle. We head off to New York in 2 weeks' time, and that'll be in East Rutherford at MetLife Stadium. We're looking forward to it. Ryan Villapoto could clinch in the biggest media market in the world, and we could have Jason Anderson looking forward to Las Vegas. He gets 2 weeks off as we return to the East Coast 250s for a round. So that's it from Seattle. No rain, a beautiful day, and fun night of racing.